All right, y'all, we're going to have some fun with this. My name is Taylor McCleskey, and I am with the project Beach Tiger. Today, I'm going to show you why I love using XLN Addictive Keys when it comes to my songwriting, the creation. It's so easy, and it is miles above any other software that I've ever used before. We could go in depth. We could talk about every little detail of how to manipulate the sound, get into the EQs, maybe using some effects with this, which is all there. And we're gonna take a peek at that. But what I'm gonna focus on is my strength is quick creation, is diving in. How can I get moving as quickly as possible to get this idea out of my head before I forget it and before I get too bogged down in all the details? Quick sidebar for me. A few months ago, I did a 90-30 exercise. It's a songwriting exercise. You take 90 minutes, put it on a timer, and that's how long you have to come up with a song idea. You do it for 30 days straight, and it's unbelievable the kind of results you can get. So this song right here, it's titled number 40. I don't have a title for it yet, but this is one of those songs from that songwriting exercise. So I'm going to show you from a songwriter's point of view who loves gear, loves all this recording software. That's why I love XLN, because you can dive in and you can turn these presets on, maybe mess around with a knob or two, and it sounds like you're recording in one of the greatest studios in the world. So let's just take a peek a little bit at the song. Let's focus in on the piano sound, which is from the Addictive Keys pack, Studio Grand. The preset is called Imagine Grand. But then I'm going to show you with what I started with and how I quickly found this preset, and it just transformed the song, and actually pretty much wrote the song after finding this preset. So enough talk for me. Let's dive in for a second, hear the chorus of this song so you can have a feel for it.
I see all the people standing motionless and wanting too hard on themselves. You're just too hard on yourself. You're just too hard on yourself.
Now, at first listen, I love this piano so much. I love this preset. It's incredible. Let's go ahead and get a picture of it. So this is the Addictive Keys pack. I typically start on gallery mode. So right here, it's showing me Studio Grand. When I click the picture below, this is where I ended up finding Imagine Grand. I love this gallery setup because I also like to see the piano like actually in the studio with the mics on. It kind of makes me feel like I'm there instead of just in my bedroom. So it transforms me a little bit. But let's take a peek to this part. I'm going to loop this chorus section of the song.
I see all the people.
Now let's check out this keys part with what I had originally. Originally, I opened up Addictive Keys. I clicked on gallery. And I have all the Addictive Keys. So we have Studio Grand. We have the Modern Upright, which is also incredible. They have a great retro tone called Your Upright. It's my favorite from that pack. Mark I, you got your Rhodes right here and the Electric Grand. But right now, we just started with the Studio Grand. I knew I was going to do some kind of nice ballad type song. So I wanted this whole giant grand piano kind of feel. So finding what I wanted, the pack that I wanted, I'm going to dive into these little pictures down here. That's how I like to move quickly. I found these first presets. I kind of call these like the staples. It's always the first ones that come up for each pack. And I was started on Studio Grand. So let's listen now with the Studio Grand preset.
I see all the people standing motionless and want.
Now, hey, that's a great Studio Grand sound, but you can tell from the difference of what it was to where it is now, that is not the right tone for this song. Now, when I was just starting to write this song, let's take away the vocal. Again, this is a great keys tone, and I'm definitely going to find a use for it in a different song. Also, something I love here is you can actually mess around. We've got a little more reverb going on, make it softer. You can mess around with the tone right here, which is excellent. I love the fact you can do that before you even get into the edit section, which is awesome. You can do it all right here from your gallery setup. Now, so I decided to start going through these presets. There's 8 strings. I'm just kind of sifting through stuff in the moment. I knew I was getting closer right here because I wanted a softer kind of ballad feel. And then boom, landed on Imagine Grand. And I just knew I was going to write the song from right there. I loved it instantly. It's exactly what I wanted to have.
I see all the people standing motion.
So for all you songwriters out there who just want to go ahead and get something down that sounds incredible, that's my favorite way to use Addictive Keys, especially if you already have a part that you've recorded. Doesn't matter how it sounded when you recorded it with your MIDI. You can then just loop a section and start diving in. We can keep going. There's some more sounds right here. Even more on this page. I love the 3rd page of Addictive Keys packs because that's the more experimental stuff. Like, check out this VHS infomercial. Killer. Fantastic song. Nuts. Not right for this song, but I've actually used that on some other songs. I just love it. So as a songwriter, I've found my sound. I'm quickly putting it down. This is perfect. This has formulated the song. It's rounded out and it feels so good. Now, if that's all you wanted to know is just how easy is it to use Addictive Keys, you can stop the video right now. But if you want to dive a little bit deeper, and again, this is not coming from a giant studio head, this is coming more just from a songwriter. Let me just quickly show you today in this video, looking at the actual edit section. So let's take out, we got Imagine Grand. We're coming into the edit section here. Now at any point, you could use this drop-down menu right here, find some more sounds, but we've locked on Imagine Grand. We know that's gonna be the one. Now let me just show you what I use. There's a lot of stuff here, and again, this could be a whole video in itself on how to utilize all of these elements, but let me just show you what I typically go for. So right here, we have side ribbon, amp tube right here, so that's showing you what it's recording. So when I click on side ribbon, we see that's the mic placement. That's super cool. It also shows you what microphone is on that, in that placement for the piano. So I could sit here and you see how that immediately changed. And again, that's a huge thing for me as a songwriter trying to create really fast in the moment, is I can change these things in real time and immediately hear the sound. I don't have to go through all these random steps. Let's go back where it started at. This setting, we have more of like a room mic going on. That gets a little thicker, that's pretty cool. And this was my favorite thing. I clicked on this kind of by accident in the moment and realized, hey, there's a 3rd microphone position that I can choose. After looking around, I found this one right over the keys, and that just that completed the sound for me. Now I'm gonna take it a little bit further. This new close tube microphone is a little too much. So just like a mixer, I'm gonna fool around to find the perfect blend of all 3 of these microphone placements. Once I've found it, the last thing that I'm gonna mess with in today's video, and the last thing I'm gonna mess with when I was actually creating the song, is I just wanna look at some reverbs here. So I'm going to Effects 1 and Effects 2. In the past, when I wasn't using XLN stuff, I would have chosen to do a send, found, you know, I won't name reverbs, but I'd throw something on there, send it that way. But I love just staying inside the XLN box because they recorded these actual instruments in the way they wanted to, and there's a reason for it. And so I want to stay within the XLN box, as I call it. So let's go back to Addictive Keys. I'm clicking Effects 1 and Effects 2. These are the 2 I'm working with. I have an ambiance going on in a hall. I love that you can decide, let's just focus on Effects 2 right now. I love that you can decide, do I want to focus more on the delay, or do I want a little more reverb in this element? Okay, let's bring it back to about here. Again, this is effects 2. We can focus more on the delay or the reverb side of things, and you can see it change that slider. That's a second way to change that. And from there, just like a mixer, how much do you want to bring into it? How loud would it be? And remember, at any point, you could solo this and just hear what the reverb sounds like. Coming up here, we can change this. Moving into a plate, how's that going to sound? Let's unsolo that. Going back to the ambiance, room, hall. Let's stick with the hall. That feels really good, but we're currently not using effects 1, if you can tell, because with all 3 of these mic placements, we're just showing using effects 2. So let's come back this close to mic, right over the keys. All right, I want to bring in a little bit of this. You hear that delay going on. So where's that delay coming from? Let's go back to effects 1, effects 2. It's all right here. So with effects 1, that's a lot of feedback on that delay, and it's kind of messing me up. So I can change this. I can change the time. But you can also change the feedback right here of how much is going to be coming back at you. Let's go a little less delay, a little more on the reverb side of that. And again, let's just hear what the effects 1's doing on its own. I want to bring that down just a little bit, unsolo. And at any point, I can choose to solo any of these mic placements. And you know what? That right there, that feels good to me. I'm not going to overanalyze this. I'm not going to get too crazy. In other videos, we can go into actually getting noise, tremolo, EQ, chorus, and the rest of the whole thing. But today, I just wanted to focus on, as a songwriter, quickly trying to get in there and create something. This is why I use XLN products. It is so easy and it sounds so good.
Too hard on themselves. You're just too hard on yourself. You're just too hard on yourself.
And in no way tooting my own horn, I just love how the Imagine Grand preset, with a little bit of editing from my side, it wasn't needed, but I liked tweaking a few parts of it. It just seems to cushion the vocals, and it makes it so this song, all you need is a piano and the voice, and I love it.
You feel this love is haunting.
Just perfectly cushioning it. So again, that's a quick look at how songwriters and song creators can quickly dive into Addictive Keys. And that's another great thing about XLN, is you don't have to get overwhelmed. It's very easy. This is not my first time opening up Addictive Keys, but the first time I did open Addictive Keys, it took maybe 5-6 minutes just to figure out where I was clicking and what was going on and the concept, and then I was good to go. So quickly create with XLN. Quit messing around. Let's just get to it.